So just tell her you're not interested in an open relationship. You should be fine.
It's not that good timing. All right, Anthony on Air podcast back for another episode. We got it all for you here. Johnny Depp, Amber Heard trial recap, and well, rumor that is Johnny Depp dating his lawyer Camille Vasquez. Her
Ooh,
might be getting it in there, Frankie C.
might be checking out her briefs. I don't even know if that's a thing. Legal briefs?
Getting her to disclose everything.
It's called disclosure, you dickhead.
What an awful setup. And
objection. Sorry.
Overruled. He's going to take the witness stand next week, so we'll give you.
Where's he taking it?
Sorry,
I'm in a mood today.
ElonGate, allegations against Elon Musk. He says the Democrats are out to get him. It's a whole big conspiracy.
Let me guess. It's a hoax?
Could be.
It's a hoax.
A little bit. Speaking of Clinton trial, bombshell FBI testimony. This is the Sussman case, the Dossier thing. The former FBI agent testified today in court. Huge revelations there. Huge. We'll cover it. SNL Exodus. Lots of cast members are leaving. Dick Van Dyke at 96 is still going to the gym.
Gotta love him.
Rumors of an Apple car and what that might look like coming up. Plus, Taylor Hawkins' final days. We'll discuss that. And President Bush had a pretty big gaffe yesterday.
Yeah. Big Bush, big gaffe.
Let's go. You know, Laura Bush is hot. We don't talk about that enough. I feel like out of all the first ladies that we want to bang, she doesn't get enough credit for being up there.
I feel like she was very behind the scenes. They never focused on her. I guess he grabbed the spotlight a lot.
Yeah, it was mostly about him. We didn't really hear much about her, which is it's how I like everybody in the White House to be. Not hear from them too much, but
that's good stuff.
I feel like she's hot, and she doesn't get that credit that she deserves for being kind of like a southerny milfy kind.
There you go, buddy.
Happy Friday, everybody.
Cheers.
All right. Oh, look at you. Black and whiskey back on the train.
Mm-hmm.
Big dog in the house.
In my patented blackened glass.
There we go. I love it. Okay, Johnny Depp Amber Heard. Yesterday there was obviously some sparks flying. Yesterday we had the testimony of her agent. We had Ellen Barkin. We'll roll through these quickly here. Ellen Barkin said, and I quote here, Johnny Depp was always drunk during their relationship together. She had hot Johnny Depp, by the way. Every picture of them, I don't know when this was in the 90s at some point. That was the hottest era of Johnny Depp. The 90s? Can we agree on that?
But everybody seems to be falling all over present day Johnny Depp.
Only my wife agreed, so we will argue after this podcast. I will fight her over this.
Okay.
But I feel like it's only Janine who prefers now Johnny Depp versus 90s Johnny Depp.
Let's hear what you guys have to say in the
yes.
In the chat. Is it today Johnny Depp or 90s Johnny Depp? Who's hotter?
Who's hotter? That's what I'd like to know. That's what we need to know. Like and subscribe.
Right. Like and subscribe. Join the club. Be a member. Do all those good things that we tell you to do.
Yeah. So she said always drunk. We had a romantic relationship. She said, actually, can we change that to sexual? This was in a deposition back from November of 2019. She looked horrible, by the way. Can I just say that without sounding like an asshole?
Nope.
Okay.
You're going to sound like an asshole.
Not looking good. And I'm on the record of saying she's so friggin' hot, Ellen Barkin. And I stand by it, but doesn't look good in a deposition. Not too many people do.
Well,
I feel like we need better lighting at these depositions.
I don't know if they really focus on the lighting aspect as much as the deposition part.
Yeah, here's what I'm saying. If you're going to depose me, you better bring a lighting kit. I'm not going to go under house lights.
There's only so much Vaseline in the world. I don't know if anything's going to help with that shot.
Johnny Depp's former psychiatrist described the troubled actor's inner turmoil and struggle with drug use in a tape deposition from January of this year.
We know all this.
Dr. Alan Blaustein said Depp used drugs and alcohol to cope with psychic wounds.
Psychic?
I know Mr. Depp had anxiety, he said. He was impatient. Blaustein also testified that he expressed concerns over the actor's drug use, particularly his Adderall dependence. I would have asked why he was using Adderall, particularly if he was not currently working, Blaustein said. He never got much of an answer off of. What is Adderall? Does that make you, like, focus more? Is that what Adderall is?
That sounds right. It sounds like a, is it an antidepressant?
I don't know. I'm not good with the drugs. I hear people take it a lot, but I don't know what it does.
In an overwhelming, no one. Oh, there's a couple of people. There's one person. I think Paul said the 90s, but everybody else is saying is hotter today. Today, Johnny Depp for sure. Today. Yeah, there's a lot of todays.
All right. Well, Jay Sabs is in the chat as she's preparing to come onto the podcast. Don't at her. Jay Sabs, 90s Johnny Depp or today Johnny Depp? Who's hotter? Let us know in the comments where you are.
She's gonna say 20 years from now, Johnny Depp. They got to be 70 years old, or she's not interested.
20 years from now, when he doesn't have all this 14 homes,
You don't think he'll be rich when he's 70?
I don't know. I mean, this could all go awry for him, I guess.
Yeah, that's true.
You never know.
Yeah, if he gets, the short end of this stick, he's not gonna get some work, and yeah, that could be it.
He could snort his entire life savings. I don't think that's out of the realm of possibility.
Yeah, that's on the table.
Janine, to nobody's surprise, says now. We'll wait for her then. We'll wait till Jay Sabs joins us to talk about the rumors of who Johnny Depp is banging. Whether he's banging that lawyer.
Wait, is it her? Because I don't think she's interested if it's not her.
Amber Heard's talent agent testified that the actress was set to make $2 million for her role in Aquaman, the sequel, until her role was drastically cut. She said that Warner Brothers cited a lack of chemistry between Heard and her Aquaman co-star Jason Momoa for the reason for the diminished role. Call me crazy. Like, she wasn't in the first Aquaman a lot, right? I feel like
she was in a good amount.
I feel like that was the story too, that a lot of her storyline got cut from it because who gave a shit?
Yeah, I don't know, but I felt like she was in it a supporting actress amount. I mean, she wasn't the star, but she was in it pretty good. Like, she helped with a lot of scenes. And I feel like she was in it maybe just as much as the villain was in it.
I put Amy Adams in that fucking role, and nobody would know the difference.
That's good casting.
Taylor says Adderall is a combination of amphetamine and dextroamphetamine, two central nervous stimulants that improve focus and reduce impulsivity by increasing dopamine and norepinephrine levels in the brain. I'm not sure, Frank, but I think Taylor might be able to get us some drugs.
That doesn't seem like it's out of her reach. I think she knows what she's doing.
Yeah, if Taylor knows this much about drugs, I think she can be our supplier.
DM.
DM us, yo. Like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe.
Taylor agent. Who cares? Didn't really care for a Taylor agent thing so much.
So who's Depp banging? The lawyer? Lawyer?
Yeah. So he's gonna take the stand.
Okay.
Next week.
Right.
He's going to testify. People think that it's not great for Amber Heard if he goes back on the stand. He survived their cross-examination once. I don't know what's going to make this all that much different.
I mean, they're going to confront him with things that she said on the stand and things that her friend said on the stand, her sister.
That's what she said.
Right. So they're going to confront him with things that she said. And I don't know. So he's going to have to answer for those specific things now. I think the only way maybe she survives any of this, or he survives it, is, I'm sorry, if she survives it, is by coming back on and being the last one on to have her last word.
Yeah.
I think because I don't know. I think that matters. Who's up last? Who gets the last word?
Last licks, baby.
Right.
Finally, Johnny Depp and Camille Vasquez. Are they banging away? Lots of people seem to think so. So now the cover photo for this episode, we've got the two of them hugging in court. That happened after Camille grilled the shit out of Amber Heard and made her look stupid.
Well, that's not unheard of. People hug their lawyers. That's not a huge deal, I don't think.
No, but there's that old stuffy white guy. I don't see him hugging that dude all that often. I've never seen him hug fucking Where's Waldo lawyer version.
Maybe he did. Did we not see that? I don't know.
Maybe, I don't know, but I don't think so. And then also in court, I think it was yesterday, he was seen, like she said something and he was just cackling. So everybody is like, these two are just fucking hitting it off right now.
I did see that, yeah.
Right? Like it's a little flirty.
Yeah, well, it probably is. It could be. I don't know. But looks like one of them is in for a debriefing. Is that a legal term? I don't know.
I think why not? I mean, and here's the other thing too. Like, she's hot. Obviously, Johnny Depp is Johnny Depp. You're kind of in the heat of this battle. So you get to fucking a little bit. What's the big, like, how does that not happen? Like, hey, let's go. Like, if he gives it the old, let's go for some drinks to celebrate. I think he could fucking slip it. Thanks. I think he could fucking slip it in.
I don't see what the big deal is if he does. I mean, they're both single people, right? It's not a conflict of interest. She's representing him. It's not like she's on the other team, on the other side.
Jack me off with all the knowledge. Camille is just an associate at her firm. I smell partnership after this. She's killing it. My wife said the same thing.
Big promotion.
She agrees. Yeah.
All right. Well, we'll see how it turns out. Might not work out so well. Who knows how this will end up.
I say he nails her and nails her hard and good. Now, they asked her outside the court because obviously all the paparazzi are out there, and she laughed and didn't respond. But a source says that it is unequivocally not true.
A source, huh?
Yeah. Here's my thing, though. I don't think they're banging yet. But this trial ain't over. And I think especially now that you start to get like the rumors out there, like that's going to be the next thing. Like, oh, isn't this funny? Do you hear everybody thinks we're banging? Isn't that hysterical? And oh my God, we're banging,
One thing leads to another. Three sentences later, they're banging. But
3 sentences later, she trips over an Adderall pill box and falls right on his dick.
$1 million to one shot. But here's the thing. Just because they're laughing.
My wife liked that line, by the way. She looks mad, but she liked that line. Go ahead.
Just because they're having, they're laughing and there's a hug, doesn't mean that they're banging. They could just be getting along really well. Or am I being naive?
I don't think you're being naive, but think about this. You've been married for what have you been married for 30 years now?
35.
Yeah. Do you remember what it was like to be, well, none of us were ever on Johnny Depp's level, but still, do you remember what it was like to be like at work and somebody has like a little thing for you and you're kind of like, oh, I could make this happen if I really wanted to. It's kind of an exciting fucking thing.
Well, hey, good for them. Okay,
let me add this to it. Here's why I never really like to get involved with anybody at work, because then you got to fucking see them at work. But imagine if you were working on a project with somebody that you knew was ending in like 2.5, 3 weeks. That's time to bang it out.
I guess, but is that because do you continue after that, or is that just a fling?
No, just a fling.
Fling.
No, because you don't want to date anybody that you work with because then when you break up, it's fucking awkward and weird.
Yeah, but if it's just you're just working with them for 2 weeks.
If you just got 2 weeks left, you don't have to worry about that. There's nothing to worry about. It's done, over with. Because here's the thing. Okay, let me put it to you this much further. You're single. You're in the radio business. Let's say you have a special project podcast with I don't know, somebody that's hot. You got a crush on. A special little thing. she's going back to LA to get a producer, but she's like, "Oh, Frank, you produce my show for the first 3 weeks. It'll be a fun little thing."
Okay.
If she gave you the slightest inclination that you could get it in,
So you should like write for. You should like write poetry the way you explain.
I'm trying to think who you're. Okay, Uma Thurman. You got a thing for Uma Thurman?
Yeah.
If Uma Thurman is like, why don't you show me what the C stands for in Frankie C? You wouldn't.
I don't know,
you
man.
wouldn't fucking slip her
I'm
the
not
old
saying-
sausage.
What? I don't know. I'm not saying I wasn't combating your. I feel like they would probably do it. I'm not saying that they wouldn't.
I don't
why
know.
You're fighting me on this.
I'm not fighting you. I'm just making a point of I don't know if she can pass it up. Like if you have a crack at Johnny Depp. I mean,
Yeah.
look, she's a pretty lady. And she could probably bang whoever she wants and get a lot of attractive men.
His lawyer.
She's never going to get Johnny Depp status unless fucking Brad Pitt hires her. Like it's never going to happen.
I
She
think
could be calculating the odds in her head.
that's right now. I'm doing that. I think she's okay. I think that just because she's his lawyer is why she's getting obviously the attention. But she's dying to bang him.
Well, just like half of America is.
Right, including you two.
You bring up a good point. It's not like she was living under a rock. She's seen his movies and shit. I'm sure, as we've learned, Frank, as you and I have learned throughout this process, every girl wants to fuck this guy. Why should she be any different?
Yeah, it's possible, unless there's some, it's against the rules. You can't do that. It's your client.
Yeah, but you know what? Does anybody really fucking follow the rules that way? If you like someone,
There are some people. I've heard a rumor of a guy way out in the middle of nowhere who follows that rule.
Well,
He's a weirdo, but he follows it.
I don't know. I feel like if you like someone and if the chemistry is there, you're going to be like you're not going to be like, I can't do it because we work together or they're my patient.
That's
That's
why your
I feel
HR
a friend
department,
story coming on, Frank.
That's why your HR department was a nightmare because that's a rule that if you work together, you're not supposed to be hooking up.
That's not true.
If you
every company's different, but
that's like a common one.
Is there a lawyer privilege ethical no? Yeah, I think Cuddles is saying you're not really supposed to.
I don't think you're supposed
might
to.
be an ethics thing here.
Yeah, but they like the way they interact with each other, like, almost touching hands, looking at each other.
They could be flirting. Doesn't mean they're banging yet. Maybe
oh my God.
Maybe it's
They're
a victory bang.
I heard she broke a wine bottle and handed the top to him. That's what I heard. Nobody was looking.
Yeah.
Been doing that. No luck so far with my husband.
I think they're waiting for the verdict at the old victory bang, and that because I think right now that the danger of it is what's making it hotter. Like they can't do it, and so it's flirty, and they have to resist at all costs. And,
oh God!
And then when it happens at the end, it's going to be like,
This is so.
That's
so
true.
hot.
It's even hotter if they wait till the end. If they fucking put it off for a little while. Just think about every night that she can go back to her room and flick the old bean, get it all ready.
gross me out, man.
Do you think that she masturbates to 90s Johnny or Johnny now?
That's a good question. What is Camille Vasquez masturbate to? 90s Johnny or
it's
now
a question
Johnny?
we all want to know.
90s, 2000s.
I think she rotates just to kind of give it a little variety because she's probably been doing it every single night for this fucking 4-week case so far.
I mean, I know I have. So Fridays I'm off.
Oh,
Friday, Saturday, Sundays I'm off.
Take a breather.
There's no court. There's no court on those days.
You're on with us Monday and Wednesday, right?
What?
Oh God.
All right, Barb. She's with some British guy. No fucking crooked teeth British guy can compete with Johnny Depp. That's just not even.
Especially when he throws on the old pirate accent.
Well, he likes to keep that accent going when he's not acting it as the pirate. So that's why, I mean,
Many lawyers and
I'm trying to
break
think.
that rule.
Yeah, it's true though.
Maybe.
TD Freelancer says many lawyers and clients break that rule. I would love to know that.
I'm sure they do. There's rules out there because people need the rules to follow the rules. But
especially divorce lawyers.
I was just gonna ask. Do you think divorce lawyers do it more?
Yes, 1,000%. 1,000%. Because, well, I can't say why I know, but I mean, I guess I can say why I know. Because
a friend of yours,
someone I know used. They were going through a divorce. Use a lawyer, and he kind of asked out the divorce lawyer.
During or after everything was all done?
During, of course.
His lawyer, or was it like an arbitrator? An arbiter.
His lawyer.
His lawyer.
And she liked him, but she never really gave him a straight answer. I think she liked him, but was creeped out by him.
That's great. Oceani for the win.
Which is the consensus of this guy. So,
thank you, Oceani. $7.99. Appreciate that. Oceani says, "I'm gay and I do Johnny." Little koala bear face.
Got to put the koala bear in there, right?
Yeah, I mean, he does have some feminine features, the ponytail and shit, and he was, I mean, a little bit more lanky in the 90s. So I could see lesbians kind of being like, yeah, I'd fuck that guy.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
I know. That's fine. Nothing wrong with that.
I could definitely see it happening with divorce lawyers the most. But, excuse me, I'm going to sneeze or burp. I don't know.
I can't wait to find out which one.
Sneeze, no.
Jip.
I actually said to this person, like, do you really think that you're gonna bang your lawyer? And he was like, oh yeah, there's no doubt. I'm like, and I was like, okay, like, don't you think that you're not gonna be able to? Like, there's some kind of like confidentiality kind of agreement. Not confident. I don't know. Maybe there is too. Like,
I'm sure there's an ethical thing, conflict of interest, the whole thing.
He was like, doesn't matter.
So did it happen? Did they get together? No. All right.
See, I think the real taboo thing there is if you can bang your ex-wife's lawyer.
Ooh.
That's a conflict of interest.
And vice versa. Like that's the one you got to get. Getting your own lawyer is easy.
I just realized something. You know this person.
I do, don't I?
You do.
Yeah.
You know.
I was just thinking that.
Do I know this person?
No.
Yeah. All right.
No, but I know this person. We did some professional things together.
Mm-hmm.
That sounds gross.
Because when this first got brought up, I was like, oh, I wonder if I should reach back out to my friend in the business and see if she has any information. And then when Janine started running her mouth, I was like, I think this might be the same exact person.
Oh, boy.
But did you know her side of it or his side of it?
Would you divorce or just them talking?
The lawyer side or your friend's side?
Just my friend's side, not the lawyer's side.
Okay.
But I know why she didn't. Probably because she was creeped out. She maybe would have rounded third with him if she met him at a bar. Because he's kind of creepy.
Well, I would imagine that when the case is over, if you've won, that is a big aphrodisiac. I would imagine that if there is some sort of a celebratory gathering, things would get really, really tempting. And I will also say, just on top of that, not going from generic back to Johnny Depp, that the only thing I think that would stop him from banging this girl is
woman. Come on, Anthony.
Woman is the fact that if they do go out for like some drinks, is he sober? I don't know if he's claiming to be sober now, whatever.
I don't think so.
But if they do go out for some drinks and he just fucking goes off the rail really fast, that's the only way it doesn't happen.
It's possible. I think once this is all wrapped up, they're hooking up. If not,
Wrapped up, but
publicly, then I'm sure it's just gonna happen once, and that's that.
you know what though? She's only 37 years old, which I thought she was way older for some reason. So, she's around my age, so she definitely feels the same exact way I do. There's no doubt in my mind that
everybody your age feels the exact same way.
Absolutely.
That checks out.
That's.
In fact, wait, let me just tell you this. I was at, parent and, mommy meet thing the other day. An older woman there. And I was saying, I can't wait to go home and listen to Johnny and Amber. And she was like, I'm watching that too. And she was probably in her 60s, this woman. And she was like, he's still so good looking, isn't he? I was like, yes. I was like, I would tear his clothes off. And she was, no, she was like, yeah, I would definitely do him too. So, I mean, like in her 60s. Wow.
Well, she's not your age, so why would she think the same?
I wanted to add that no matter the age, women are going for him. So
I'm sure he spans the generations.
Listen, ever since the other night when we found this out, I'm afraid to talk to my mother.
Yeah. She's probably flicking her bean right now.
I could put her on for you. I'm going to put her on.
Will you stop it? Both of you. Jack me up for $2. What would their Hollywood couple name be?
Well, what's her name? What's the lawyer's name?
Camille Vasquez.
Camille. Johnny Camille. Jamil?
No.
Depp and Vasquez. Depp Vaz. I don't know.
I don't know. That would be hard.
That's what she said. I do want to admit something though. Yesterday, it was very boring, the testimony.
Yeah.
Yes. I struggled through it, but I still did it.
But wait, what did you struggle through?
I don't like the
listening to it, or
I don't like the tape depositions. I think they're very boring. Like listening to her old lawyers and her talent, and it's just like, okay, it's boring.
Time to move on. Yeah, well, it can't all be,
hearsay,
throwing wine bottles and stuff. I'm sure there's a lot of other things they got to cover.
I mean,
legal, technical things. It can't all be a dramatic, I mean, it's hours and hours of testimony. Some of it's going to be boring.
A body language expert says that there is something going on between the two of them.
Mm-hmm. I think I read this too.
I'm sure they're being very flirty, and I'm sure that, I feel like that's normal. They're probably just, it doesn't mean that they're banging, and it doesn't mean that they aren't. Maybe they are. Mm-hmm. But all we know now is that it looks kind of flirty. That's all. We can't confirm that they're banging.
I'm ready to confirm it. I'm happy to just say
right, you heard it here first. Hey,
yeah. I'll go on the record saying that either one of them is masturbating to one another. That's no doubt.
Good question. Hey, how can we say that they haven't cranked one out to one another?
Yeah, that's without a doubt. So
they probably have. I get the feeling like he looks kind of smelly. He looks like he smells like cigarettes. I think I've said this before. He looks like he's just finished smoking something, or he's about to smoke something.
I don't think that's going to slow anybody down, Frank.
I don't know, man.
As much as I hate cigarette smell,
yeah,
that won't even.
It's still gross.
Sorry, Mom.
I think Janine would lick an ashtray in the middle of his asshole after a long run.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I don't even know how that would work.
Yeah.
But sure.
There's nothing to stop her. There's just nothing that would stop her, I don't think.
What if you left a Amber Heard surprise in your bed?
If he shit on your pillow, would you still bang him?
I was trying to dance around the,
What if you found out he drinks high noons through a straw, like something embarrassing like that?
Well, I don't want to get in trouble from someone.
Is that why you're doing it?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. That's very considerate.
Who's going to get in trouble? Who are you going to get in trouble from? Frank?
Who? You're allowed to drink from the can. That doesn't bother me.
What was the problem? The ice? You were complaining of something the other day.
You know what it is? I know what it is. It's the type of cup the ice is in, because it
No.
makes it. It does, because it was like, the mule type of.
It did sound like a cow. You were drinking from a cowbell.
It's metal, so it's extra. What's that word?
Clangy,
Yeah,
tinny, noisy.
I want a
Annoying.
real mule right now.
You want a real mule?
Yes, and I want to go to Hicksville with Johnny Depp.
Sinead, I doubt he would jeopardize everything for a sly ride.
That's a good point. That
I
is a
don't
good
know.
point. I mean,
Who's
if he's got
jeopardizing?
this whole case, I mean, if they find out, it's some kind of weird conflict of interest, probably, and it would be
Well, the thing is,
mistrial.
I don't think they would do anything. I think the law firm that she works for would probably not be happy with that.
Well, Cuddles just said the same thing. Cuddles thinks if there's going to be somebody with self-control, it's going to be her because she's young and she's got a whole career in front of her, which
Right.
I agree with. However, the caveat there is, can you really maintain self-control when it comes to Johnny Depp?
No,
I don't.
Um,
She said yes, you said no at the exact same time.
well, if you're willing to destroy your own career, then whatever. But
Think of the odds. I don't think you're thinking.
I know.
of the
I
odds.
understand. I understand a chance like this to work with Johnny Depp, to be his lawyer, to to represent him, and sit next to him every day.
sit next to him and smell him. Oh my God! Just think how. Oh God.
Like, can you really? Again, Frank, everybody, picture this. Picture your Hollywood crush, and you have a chance to work together for a limited amount of time. Can
think
you
afterwards.
pass up you're single as fuck. You're
Yeah.
single and young. By the way, hold on. Let me put this even into some more perspective. You're not 24 and single. You're 37 and single. Okay. So you've put in some hours at the old firm there. Nobody has locked you up yet. Your childbearing years are slipping out of your fingers.
I'm not objecting to them hooking up. What I'm objecting to is them hooking up while the trial is still going. So I feel like once it's wrapped up,
That's what she
especially if he wins, then it's, hey, you want to grab a drink? Hey, you want to go back to And it's,
I got news for you.
that's fine.
Not only should you not pass up the opportunity to fuck Johnny Depp, you shouldn't let him pull out. That's what you should fucking do.
said. There would be absolutely no pulling out.
Oh boy.
Wait, he's shooting blanks? No, he's not that old. He's still
He's
got
50 something.
Yeah, he's still he
So
can
what?
put it.
Men,
he
of
can-
course, can have babies
Yeah.
until in their 70s.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Pigs. Spreading your seeds all around.
Like, get yourself some of that whatever Pirates of the Caribbean money. Let him leave it in there and fucking take it all the way to the bank.
Yep.
Man, this took a turn.
Now, I definitely 1,050% do not want to have any more kids. But if there was a chance of me banging Johnny Depp and he had to leave it in, I would do it.
Yeah.
I would do it.
What would you
I would
tell
do it.
him? Would you tell him like, oh, I can't get pregnant anymore, or
I would tell him
it's a good time to do this? It's not the time of the month. What would you tell him?
I would
You think you're
I
worried
would
about?
probably lie and tell him I'm on birth control.
Oh
Yeah, there you go.
man,
That's the one.
yeah, he's just what you're looking for.
That's the one.
You're just what he's looking for, is what I'm saying.
Would you tell him before you did it, or in
Well,
the
as
middle
we're
of it?
doing, listen,
Yeah, good for you.
I'm not dumb. I know how.
You know
guys-
what you're doing.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Good
That's
lord.
how my wife got our first baby. Same exact method. Same exact method.
Who am I working with you?
She goes, I'm on birth control. I go, okay. And next thing, 9 months later, I have a son. Here's the thing, though. It's my fault because I should have looked closer. Those are just fucking M&Ms she was popping every morning. And I
Right.
should have known better.
They were your M&Ms too.
Yeah, it's totally. They were my M&Ms, Frank. You're right.
What the hell?
I thought you were on birth control. She goes, they're M&Ms, idiot. Take a look. So that's on me. That's not
You
on
gave them to me. Oh.
All right, Jumpstart Coffee Company, save 15% when you order a bag of the best coffee I have ever had. Let me tell you something. It'd be the only coffee that Camille Vasquez should drink after fucking Johnny Depp. And
Is that the go-to?
that's how special this coffee is. Even more so because 50% of their profits go over to the Navy SEAL Foundation. So they make a whole bunch of money and they ship off 50% of it to the Navy SEAL Foundation, who provide us with our freedoms here in America. And let's be honest, all around the world. So grab some right now. Link in the description below. Order up some coffee. It is May 20th. You have just 11 days left to do the subscribe and save with Jumpstart. So you say, hey, I want 2 bags of coffee every month, 3 bags, 1 bag, whatever, however much you drink. They'll deliver to you every month on their subscription basis. And if you do it now before the end of the month, they will throw in a Jumpstart coffee tumbler, a beautiful tumbler that you can sport around town,
For
bring
free
it to the
ski.
office, totally for free, and go like this. My coffee saves lives, supports the Navy SEAL Foundation. What does
Brag
your
to your
coffee
friends.
do
Right.
besides provide diarrhea to everybody?
Jesus.
And I'm assuming they're drinking Dunkin' Donuts, the person that you're talking to. There's the tumbler right there. Looks beautiful with their awesome logo, white and silver, and a black top. Great color combination. Order that Jumpstart right now with the subscribe and save. And of course, you'll get that tumbler if you do so before the end of the month.
Beautiful thing.
Like banging Johnny Depp at the end of the trial celebration party.
Exactly.
ElonGate. Curious
Ooh,
to
I
get
know
your thoughts on
You were
this.
happy about this.
Who's
me?
happy?
Yeah. Just because I know you like Elon.
Me?
Anthony, yes.
I love Elon.
Why?
I'm a big Elon guy.
Why?
Because Elon's America. He's got
Elon's
Asperger's. He's a billionaire. He started a company. He stole
He
the
has 7
company.
children.
He's got
He's
a
a
lot of kids. He's banging
dick.
Grimes. He's doing threesomes with Amber Heard. I mean, he's basically the new.
The true American hero.
He's the new entertainer. He's
He's
like
a dick.
everybody wants to check in
mean-
every day to see what Elon Musk is doing.
He's a jerk.
Why do you say you only saying that because he's going to buy Twitter and he's scaring Democrats? Is that why you're saying that?
No,
because of the
not at all.
Republican thing he did last time.
There's a few things. The Republican thing was one of them. He's like, oh, the Republicans are the party that's bringing everybody together, when that's the exact opposite. We don't have to get into that. I could name all the things the Republicans did within the last week, and it's like, what the fuck?
Oh, please do.
No, please don't. He's
But
been,
I won't. No, I
been
won't.
texting it all to me. It's been
Yeah, I
too
know.
much.
It's insane, though. How could you be on that? I'm sorry. I don't begrudge anybody being a Republican, but looking at what they're doing these days is appalling. It really is. I mean, just the simplest thing I'm not going to name them all. We don't have to get into it. But, it's how you could allege that the Democrats are tearing us apart, but the Republicans, they're keeping us together. They're uniting us. It's like bullshit. But I digress.
All right, so here's the ElonGate. And there's a lot of layers to this, and we'll get into the Business Insider article. But the other day, he tweeted, and we talked about it, that he's buying Twitter, and he predicted that the Democrats were going to start to come after him. The next day comes this article. Here's the headline. A SpaceX flight attendant said Elon Musk exposed himself and propositioned her for sex. Documents show the company paid $250,000 for her silence. So did he know that this article was coming out when he made those statements? Because now people are accusing him of being like, hold on a second. You're positioning yourself as like, oh, I bought Twitter and now the Democrats are mad. And you're like going under the cover of that when in actuality, you were probably just.
He was just trying to get ahead of it and be the first to say
ahead
something.
of this. Yeah.
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 And did you see like what he wrote? He wrote someone today on Twitter. It was really ridiculous. I'll pull it up. Talk amongst yourselves.
Okay. Let me give you the SpaceX, the insider. We can't read the whole thing, so just here's some of the highlights. He exposed himself to her and offered to buy her a horse, according to claims in the declaration. After she reported the incident to SpaceX, Musk's company paid her $250,000 as part of a severance agreement. People are also saying that the last time Business Insider put out a huge article like this, it was about Barstool Sports founder
I
Dave
was just gonna
Portnoy,
say.
and he put together a pretty compelling list of facts
Yep.
that made it seem like Business Insider was just kind of floating this out there and making this all up. We've talked about that too. We've done a podcast on that. You can go back and search it. You search Anthony on Air, Dave Portnoy, it'll come up. And he did have a bunch of compelling evidence. I remember hearing some of the things, some text messages from these girls that were alleging they did stuff and proving that they were trying to continue their relationships with him after these alleged incidents happened. People who were, found out to be not, credible, and so on and so forth. Business Insider, obviously in the business of clicks, and this is kind of sort of their thing. It's kind of unbelievable that they keep coming up with all of these stories and nobody else.
So
like the TMZs of the world and the, Page Sixes and all these other, National Enquirers, none of them are coming up with it. Just Business Insider, who, by the way, positions things in such a way that it seems worse than it actually really, the facts point out that they are.
So
that being said, I think he definitely did this. I'm just saying, like
you do.
So this is your hero. This is the guy that you love.
Well, listen. Hey, hold on a second there. Fucking.
You can't say you love him and then be like,
this just happened. This
pulled
just
his dick
happened
out in front of it. What?
This just happened. I mean, I have traditionally
you just said that you loved him.
I've traditionally been a big Elon fan. Yeah.
All right. Well, here's some. I don't know. I'll probably. I don't know who this is. Chad Hurley. Is it someone? I don't know who that is.
Is that the guy, the lead singer of Nickelback?
I don't know who that is. Okay. Chad Hurley, co-founder of YouTube, I guess.
Remind me of it.
So he wrote on Twitter, "Hey, Elon Musk, stop horsing around and close this Twitter deal. We all want a happy ending." And then Elon wrote,
"That's funny.
Laughing face. Hi, Chad. Long time no see. Fine. If you touch my wiener, you can have a horse." Is what Elon wrote in return. That was earlier today.
That's what he wrote?
That's what he wrote. So it's like, I think he's trying to play it down like, oh, look at all this garbage that's coming out about me now. I think he's trying to play I'm out in front of it. Like, look, I predicted this. They're going to start coming out of the woodworks now. But this, I don't know. You said it yourself. It seems like something that actually happened.
Well, so the incident took place in 2016. It's alleged in a declaration signed by a friend of the attendant and prepared in support of her claim. The details in this story are drawn from the declaration as well as other documents, including email correspondence and other records shared with Insider by the friend. So the friend of this flight attendant is the one who brought this story to Business Insider. So, I mean, I don't know what to do with that. If something happened to me and then Frank went and told the media about it based off of the things that I said, back in the day, no journalist would write that piece because they would need to see, like, if you want to write this story, well, then you should see the agreement between SpaceX and the woman, right? Not a declaration by the woman's friend based off of what happened. So there's a little
hearsay, Your Honor.
Objection, hearsay. Right. That's what it never made it in the Amber Heard Johnny Depp case. Ever. Nope. So, I don't, there's that part of it too. That being said, did the guy try and get a handy on his fucking airplane by the stewardess? Yeah, probably. I mean,
who wouldn't? Who
whip it out and show it to her?
Yeah.
That would be wrong. Here's the thing, though. Sure. If he touched her leg or if he gave it a shot, I don't love it. But if you're Elon Musk and you're like, let me see if this one's interested, I'm sure that happens. And I'm sure that happens a lot.
Yeah,
I don't love it.
Is one thing.
I don't love it because it's his employee. So shouldn't really
That's
be
another
done.
Thing.
But I mean, employees and bosses bang all the time. If it's a mutual thing there.
Right.
Yeah, but what this sounds like is he pulled this. The allegation is that he whipped it out in front of her, and it was like, and was asking her for it. And then what was it? What was the money paid for to keep her quiet?
It's $250,000 as part of a severance package.
That seems like way too low.
That also seems way too low. Yeah, way too low.
It's double what Trump paid. What's her name?
Look at you,
Stormy Daniels.
Together.
What?
Just saying, it's double. Stormy Daniels only got 130.
All right. In the article, it says the flight attendant told her friend that the billionaire SpaceX and Tesla
Did you
founder.
just Google that, Frank?
No,
he's got
How
that
the hell
memorized.
do you have all these?
That's a pretty
this Donald Trump book.
That's a
right
pretty
next to you, don't
commonly known thing, though.
you?
That was a huge deal for like months.
I doubt if you ask someone on the spot, "Hey, how much did Stormy Daniels get paid from Donald Trump?"
That was
People
a
would not know
huge
that.
deal for a while, especially when what's his name, his lawyer was on the stand. It was being grilled in court. That was a big deal. That was, and they made fun of that amount a lot. It was a lot of, like, he paid more to Stormy Daniels than he did in taxes. There were a lot of jokes about it.
So the insider went to Musk and asked for a comment, and he wrote back to them, "If I were inclined to engage in sexual harassment, this is unlikely to be the first time in my entire 30-year career that it comes to light. Politically motivated hit piece," is what he said. Reached via cell phone, SpaceX Vice President of Legal Christopher Cardacci said, "I'm not going to comment on any settlement agreements." So the flight attendant said that Musk asked her to come back to his room during a flight in late 2016 for a full body massage. When she arrived, the attendant found that Musk was completely naked except for a sheet covering the lower half of his body. During the massage, the declaration says Musk exposed his genitals and then touched her and offered to buy her a horse if she would do more. The attendant, who rides horses, declined and continued with the massage without engaging in any sexual conduct. The attendant is not for sale, the friend's declaration said. She is not going to perform sexual favors for money or for gifts. The incident occurred during a flight to London. With an interview with Insider, the friend described the attendant's allegations in more detail. She spoke on the condition of anonymity, citing fears for her personal safety. But Insider is aware of her identity. Insider is also aware of the flight attendant's identity, but is not naming her because she has claimed to be a victim of sexual misconduct. She declined to comment for this story. He whipped out his penis. It was erect, the friend said, describing the allegations, and he started propositioning her. Like, he touched her thigh and told her he would buy her a horse, and he basically tried to bribe her to perform some sort of sexual favor. The friend then said that the attendant told her about the misconduct while they were on a hike together shortly after their trip in London. The friend described the attendant as distraught and visibly shaken. She was upset. She didn't know what to do. The friend said the flight attendant told her friend that work began to dry up after she refused Musk's advances. Before the incident, she regarded Mr. Musk as a person to look up to. But after he exposed himself, touched her without permission, and offered to pay her for sex, she was full of anxiety. She started to feel like she was receiving some retaliation and became distressed. SpaceX places a special emphasis on massages, going so far as to employ in-house massage therapists as a perk for executives. Maybe we'll get that perk here at the podcast. That'd be nice. Get one of those Johnny Depp looking motherfuckers, right, Gene?
I'd settle for a charger for J-Sabs.
I'd settle for a cup of ice for Janine, so she doesn't have to sip it through a straw like an animal.
I know, right?
Put ice in that cup.
They encouraged her to get a license as a masseuse, but on her own time and on her own dime, the friend said. They implied that she would get to fly more often if she were to do this because she'd be able to give Elon proper massages. I thought that was kind of strange because you weren't hired to be a masseuse. You were hired to be a flight attendant. And if Elon likes massages, then he should just be paying for you to go to masseuse school. But she was just so happy and eager to have the job and to be able to travel. Here's what's weird about it. Remember that there was that movie where Chris Rock becomes the president? Do you remember that movie?
I never saw it, but I know what you're talking about.
So in that movie, it's kind of like a spoofy little comedy. It's very funny, very underrated. But in that movie, the Secret Service has like a whore division, and it was because they became so like the government became so tired of having presidential sex scandals that they just thought, we'll hire a professional, an elite squad
Service or
of
something. Yeah.
hookers. Yeah, that and it's funny they had like a little training thing. It was a funny little clip in the movie. I don't know why these people don't just do this. Like why? Like if this is going to be your gimmick, why not just pay a professional, keep it all above water,
Yeah.
and you will avoid any sort of sexual harassment-y whatevers.
I guess if you're out in the open with it and said, well, he's because I guess prostitution's illegal in most places.
Well,
I mean, you can't hire. I mean that maybe that should change too. Maybe prostitution should be legal.
Well, I mean, how else do we fix this? We got executives fucking propositioning, you know. And by the way, here's what's weird too about this. And I'm not saying it's right, but I feel like this happens every minute in the world. Like every minute in the world, there's some fucking dude trying to get jerked on a massage table.
but like that's like I don't know, it's not a stereotype, but it's like that's what people think happens when you go. So I'm sure men are like, oh, I'm gonna see if I can, so let's go. You know, like
I
I'm
don't
sure
know.
you guys would have done it too if you haven't already, like 5 times each.
When I grabbed, whipped it out and then grabbed her.
I mean, I don't know. It sounds like Epstein. The whole thing sounded like, let me just pick something that Epstein did, and
Yeah, way too close to
What?
Epstein. I mean, the only difference is this girl was above age.
Yeah, you don't fuck around like that.
Yeah, it's still
Okay.
creepy because it's your employee. That's where it's a little like
It's all creepy.
But again, if you're Elon Musk and you want to get a good jerk after a massage, you're a fucking hire somebody. You know, get a fucking team in place.
Yeah, this guy's
Right.
got billions. He could afford to hire whoever he wants to do whatever. Probably not to do whatever, but whatever. I don't know.
right.
Well,
So, we'll see how
questions
this-
got to be answered. Is this legit? Did he do it?
What's funny is that ElonGate is also ElonGate. It's the same word.
I almost don't like. I almost really. It bothers me more that he took that little preemptive strike because that seems a little deceptive. You know.
Yeah, he came out ahead of it, and he was like, "Oh, watch now! I'm gonna get attacked. Here it comes."
Yeah.
He probably got the heads up that this was coming, and this was gonna happen.
But his comment is also interesting because it's like he's had a 30-year career, and once this happened, usually if you kind of engage in this behavior, you are
Yeah.
just doing it.
Right.
I don't know. I mean, unless no one else came forward yet, this is not the first one. It's been what, a day?
We'll see.
Yeah, this came out.
I just feel like 250 is way too low. Like that's just way too low to be paying someone
for a
that.
billionaire. I guess here's the other thing too. Like, what if again? Let's just play Jesus advocate here. What if he fucking moved in that little blanket and she saw his balls, right? If they ask him under oath, like if that shit goes to trial and they're like, well, did she see your testicles? And he goes, yes. Like, who's not going to fucking think he propositioned her? You know what I mean? So maybe that's why it's such a low thing, because it's kind of like, all right, look, there's no way for us to defend this. Here's $250K. Sign this NDA. Shut the fuck up and go away.
Yeah, it could have been like hey, you know what? I don't want to go through the headache of a whole thing. Just sign this here and move on.
Frank, that would be like if you propositioned somebody to jerk you off at the end of the massage, and then you were like, I'm sorry, here's $50 anyway. It's the exact same thing.
Exactly. Paul brings up a good point, like a really good point. Elon can afford a good fleshlight. I mean, he's right.
Yeah, one of those human ones with 2 legs and arms and a beating heart and a brain.
Right.
Oh, God.
Hello.
Maybe. Yeah, I don't know. What all of a sudden people get rich and they turn into giant scumbags, though.
It's weird though, these master of the universe people, like I think they think that they can just,
do whatever they want, and if
Do
there's a
whatever they
problem,
want.
they just throw money at it.
Yeah.
You know,
Which is kind of weird, which is kind of like just be preemptive. I mean, if I'm Elon Musk, because here's the other thing that somebody brought up, it's the excitement of getting somebody like new or somebody you don't know.
Right.
You know, like some people are not into paying for it, right?
oh, okay, yeah,
I would say most people probably aren't into paying for it, and it's that excitement. But if you were Elon Musk, you could fucking pay somebody
Right.
to hire a bunch of people that would be willing to do something like this and you not even know about it.
Yep.
yeah.
Maybe that's what he was doing.
I was
and
gonna say
just,
maybe that's what he thought.
she was the placebo. She was the non-hookery one.
Yeah, but that seems like a dangerous game of Russian roulette. You're trying to, if you have the green light for 5 out of 6 women, and you pick the 6th one, and you're like, that turns into this kind of problem.
It's just weird though. Why isn't she going to Business Insider? Why isn't she?
Maybe she didn't. There's everybody asks that. Why doesn't the victim come forward? But they don't. Maybe they didn't want to be in the spotlight. They don't want to get the attention. So that's why the friend knows about it, and she came forward and said, "My friend, this is what happened. She wants to remain anonymous. This is not, when you're a victim of something like that, you don't. Last thing you want is a spotlight on you. If you're truly a victim of it, last thing you want is all that kind of attention. Because you know the kind of people that come out of the woodwork to like harass you after that. Oh, you're just after his money. It's gonna get, if they know who she is, if the public knew who she was, then it's just never gonna stop for her. The attacks will just keep going.
All right, quickly here because we got to get to the SNL Exodus and Dick Van Dyke, who looked like a homeless guy. So I'm curious to get Janine's opinion on that.
Oh,
going to the gym.
Alley.
Clinton case. People are like, oh, why aren't you covering the Clinton thing? It's fucking boring. That's why. Amber Heard and Johnny Depp is everything. We've been keeping our eye on it, but there hasn't been anything like truly like holy shit until today. And that's why it makes the top 3 here. So James Baker, former FBI agent. He was the person that Michael Sussman took the dossier to. James Baker testified in court today, and he basically said that Sussman reached out to him and said, I have some time-sensitive information here. This is super important. I'm coming in on my own. I'm not representing anybody. And he gave Baker the dossier. And that is basically lying to the government, which is what he's on trial for, which is what he should be prosecuted for. Because what he didn't say at the time was he was working for a company that hired him, that was hired by the Clinton campaign, Hillary, and they are basically funding this whole, it was all a big plot and a plan. And he fucking texts his FBI buddy and goes, I've come across something. I'm coming in on my own, not representing anybody.
Mm-hmm.
And here's this thing, which was an absolute lie because he was paid by Fusion GPS, who was paid by whoever else, and that was paid by the Clinton campaign to fucking put a couple of barriers in between what was really going on here, which sent our country into a fucking 2.5-year turmoil on Trump-Russia shit that turned out to all be a big fat lie funded by the Hillary Clinton campaign. Which, if you're a Democrat, you should be fucking pissed off about, because now you're in a situation where Trump can get away with whatever he wants because this has all been proven to be fucking true. He could just be like, fake news and Hillary paid for it. He doesn't have to be held to any sort of standard or
He says that
accountability.
anyway. If it's true or not, he just says fake news. No matter what it is, if it's against him, it's wrong. If it's something negative about him, it's fake. Someone made it up. It's a lie. It's a hoax. So it's hard to believe him because he lies about literally everything.
Agreed. But when you're the other side and it is basically being proven right now, I mean, unless something fucking miracle happens here, this guy is going to get convicted and this whole thing is just going to look god awful for the Democrats for standing by her for so fucking long and letting her act like this and doing all this shit.
So what I don't understand what the bombshell was. The guy brought in a dossier.
Sussman is on trial.
He's on
He
trial.
gave his friend Baker the dossier.
Okay.
Baker testified today. Baker said Sussman came in representing himself, saying he was on his own.
Okay.
The reason why that's bad is because if he knew, and by the way, they were, I don't know if they were friends, maybe friends, but they had a relationship. They knew each other. Baker said under oath, an FBI agent in testimony today, if I would have known he was being paid by someone to deliver this document to an FBI agent, I would have treated this differently. Because if you're an FBI agent and somebody comes to you and said, this came into my possession, okay, and you get that document, you have to take that for real.
Right.
Especially if it's your friend or somebody you know.
Okay.
If that person goes, I got this, and by the way, I am right now representing this company who has been hired by another company, who has been hired by the Clinton campaign, you're going to treat that very differently.
Why?
Why?
Yeah.
Because you have interest in that document.
Your interest is whatever the document says. If it's against the law or whatever's going on in there, who gave it to you and where it came from is irrelevant almost.
If there's self gain, if you can get something out of it, you're going to treat that differently than if your friend comes to you and goes, listen, this is what I have this thing here.
Well, if you're doing your job, if you're an FBI agent who's doing their job and someone hands you something incriminating and you're not looking, it has nothing to do with you, you're going to treat it like an FBI piece of evidence.
But it's different though, because it's way different. Because if I told you, no matter what it is, if I said, Frank, here's this thing, and I'm telling you 90% of the story, when you go to tell whoever else, you're going to be like, by the way, he only told me 90% of the story. I don't know what the other 10% is. You're not going to just be like, here's the thing.
If I only know 90%, yeah.
Yeah.
Why would I? What are you talking about? Why wouldn't I? I'll say what I know.
If I said to you, Frank, what example could I give you here?
Maddie, I'm not trying to talk around it. I'm trying to understand it. I don't know what's going on.
If I said to you, I'm trying to come up with a decent example here. Janine, are you following me here? You probably ran off. You had to do something really quick.
Yeah, like, take the stain out of my husband's shirt.
I don't want to know what that stain
stain
was.
Okay.
Real quick, go ahead, say it.
No.
So he got this dossier, and he
Sussman gave the dossier to Baker. Baker testified today.
Right.
And said he represented himself. He said, I found this thing.
Right.
I'm coming in on my own.
Okay.
Right. Paul says, I love the New York Post. It's not just the New York Post who has this, though. I mean, a lot of people have this. I saw the text message. He said, I'm coming in on my own. He hands the guy the dossier. Now, Baker testified today, and he said, had I known that this guy was being paid by a company that was being paid by another company that was being paid by the Clinton campaign, I would have treated this differently.
Isn't that kind of like this guy's paying this guy to pay this guy to pay this guy? I mean, doesn't something get lost there? Like if I'm paying you and you're paying, and it goes like three people along the line, and it's like, what do I have to do with it anymore? Like I feel like something gets lost in the mix there. No,
because they're not. No. It's like Trump calling the governor of Georgia, saying find 11,000 more votes. Yeah. We all know what he was doing there, right?
Yeah.
It's kind of, he didn't really say rig this election for me and give me 11,000 more votes. He says, we got to find 11,000 more votes, right?
That's pretty much, yeah.
This is the same thing. Instead of Hillary Clinton going and trying to get a lie started, she paid a company to pay another company to pay this guy to give it to his FBI friend. While he told his FBI friend, I mean, if I lied to you, Frank, and I said, I'm coming to you on my own, but it was Janine who was fucking paying me to do it.
Oh,
You would probably you would treat that information differently.
Shouldn't. If you give me a piece of information and I'm the FBI, I'm going to treat it like I'm seeing a piece of evidence, no matter who gave it to me. I'm
right.
Like,
You're not going to not investigate it. This guy said he would have investigated it either way.
Yeah. Why would he treat it any differently?
It changes the nature of what it is because this guy now has motive.
Fine. But if what he's looking at is true, the motive is irrelevant because if it's true, like if, let's say he found out that Donald Trump punched someone in the face. I don't care what the motive is behind that. It's in the paper. It's in this dossier. And if it's true, it's true. I don't care where it came from.
You know, in any investigation, motive matters. Motive makes a difference.
Yeah, motive in the crime that took place, not who gave you the information about the crime. If someone took a picture of or a video camera, someone took video evidence of a murder being committed, and the guy took the guy who recorded it has a grudge against the murderer, and he gave it to me. I don't care what his grudge against. He filmed the guy murdering someone. It doesn't matter if he has a grudge against him. He murdered someone.
Let me put it this way, and then we're gonna move on. Let me put it this way. Let's say there's a girl you know, and you know she wants to fuck you.
That definitely.
She's got like a little crush on you.
Can't wait to see where this is going.
Let's just assume. Let's pretend there's a girl. Let's call her Jenny.
Okay.
Jenny wants to fuck you. You know it. Your friend. You know each other, coworkers, whatever the fuck it is. All right, acquaintance. Jenny wants to fuck you.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Jenny comes to you, and Jenny tells you your wife is cheating on you.
Okay.
Okay. Then a week passes by, and you're like, do you say something to your wife or do you not? Let's put it this way. Let's say I come to you and I say, Frank, your wife is cheating on you.
Mm-hmm.
Who are you going to believe more? Like if Jenny tells you your wife is cheating on you, and then 2 weeks later I tell you your wife is cheating on you,
that's different.
Who are you going to believe more?
It's different because if she just said it to me, then I'm just taking her word. But she has evidence that she's handing me. If she has pictures and text
she wrote
messages,
down there's no picture. She saw it. Take her word for it. She saw it.
Well, that's not what happened here.
Well, no,
she handed him a dossier.
The dossier, yeah, but it's just writing it down. It's just writing it down.
It wasn't just writing it down. It wasn't just a piece of paper. I'm sure there was whatever other evidence appears in a dossier. I don't know what the hell, but it wasn't just she wrote it on a piece of paper and said,
I see what's going on here. And Janine's being quiet now, so I know
I'm
what's
just
happening.
trying to figure out.
I'm
going to
be the one that's going to show up mysteriously dead, and the fucking two of you are going to be walking around all happy and not dead. Great.
I don't know.
That's what's happening here. I'm going to get Clintoned, and you guys are going to be just fine.
Clintoned.
Live a happy fucking long life. I get it.
Yeah, you got to use your brain sometime, man.
By the way, there was also a Clinton campaign manager testified that they spoke about this very thing. She fucking handed that paper around and was like, we have to get this to reporters. We have to get this out. And they all knew it was bullshit the whole fucking time.
They knew it was fake.
She fucking paid for it.
She paid for someone to investigate and dig up dirt. And then she was handed the dirt. And she's supposed to go, no, this is wrong.
Let me clarify. She paid somebody to pay somebody else to make it up.
Not to make it up, but to find dirt. The people who were trying to find dirt made it up. But how the hell is she supposed to know that?
But the one who was funding it from all the way back 2 rows, nothing to do with it? Totally
something to do with it. But if I paid you to find out something about JSABs and you come to me with evidence, I'm supposed to know you made that up? You're the guy I'm trusting to find evidence for me, to find opposition research, whatever the hell it was.
Well, I don't think he would make it up, but if roles were reversed, you would definitely make up something.
It was just an example, but I'm just saying. Like, she paid someone to get information on Trump, and if that information turned out to be false, how the hell is she supposed to know about it?
By the way, do you want to know why they didn't bring it to the media?
Why didn't they?
Because
bring
they
it
were
to
afraid
the
that somebody would vet it, and they would find out that it wasn't fucking true.
Well, no, that's see, you wouldn't bring it to the media because if it was if you brought it to the FBI, that's probably the better move, so that the FBI can investigate it and it's not in the media.
Right, and then you could leak it to the media that the FBI is investigating,
and then you can leak it to the media.
A shitstorm.
You're making a lot of leaps here. It's if you give it to the FBI, then they're the ones. I mean, if you find out information about someone and it's illegal stuff or whatever it is, why wouldn't you go to the authorities with it? Fake or not, you find out something and you're like, oh, I don't know if it's fake or not. Here, FBI, you find out. Isn't that the right thing? You give it to the FBI, not the media. If you gave it right to the media, you're spreading a rumor. If you give it to the FBI, they're the ones that investigate this stuff.
SNL is losing half of their cast.
What? No, I knew they were losing a lot of people.
Did you know this though? Because I feel like this story trickled out today. I was following this all day, and it started with Pete Davidson, and then it went to Kate McKinnon, who was been long rumored to kind of be on her last couple of years.
Yeah.
And then it expanded to Adie Bryant, Kyle Mooney, and then supposedly, I don't know, there might be a couple more they're saying.
Keenan.
You think Keenan's done?
Yep.
He's like that whole show.
I think they forgot he was even there. And then every week they're like, oh, yeah, that's right. Let's put him in 7 sketches.
You know what's stupid? All these things, we're losing half the cast. All I saw today was that, what's his name is leaving?
Pete Davidson?
Pete Davidson. That's all I saw. No mention of anybody else. And it's like Pete Davidson, he's, number one, he's like hardly in any sketches anymore. He has no recurring characters that I can think of. And he doesn't really add anything to SNL. He doesn't do anything on the show. So if he's leaving, no one's going to notice. But I had no idea that half the cast was leaving. That's a bigger deal.
There's it's the largest cast ever with 21 stars, and 8 of those 21 are in the 8th season, or are in at least their 8th season.
Wow.
And beyond.
Do they want me on? Is that where this is going? They want us on, the 3 of us?
Well, you're certainly on the right side politically. That's for sure. That's
true.
You're going to fit right in.
They wouldn't want you then.
They would not allow me in that building. They would not. What were you going to say, Jay Sabs?
I actually watched the whole episode last weekend and I liked it. They did good.
Wait until I could tell your conservative buddy Ray. He's going to be very fucking disappointed in you. Very disappointed.
Ray?
You know who Ray is.
Oh. Well, that doesn't mean that I agree with everything. I just thought that a lot of it was pretty funny.
Was funny?
Yeah.
Who was the host last week?
Oh my God, I forgot because it was Monday that I watched it, Sunday, so.
Wasn't the host what's her name? Russian Doll.
No, that's coming up. That's Saturday because
that's
is tomorrow. That's because she
Natasha Leone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the So tomorrow night's the finale, and that's why this is all kind of spilling out because they think there's going to be some special tributes and moments.
Yeah. If Kate McKinnon leaves, that's a huge loss. She's probably one of the funnier ones on there.
That's true, but before you go on down the list, she's been far too big for that show for at least 3 or 4 years.
Well, I mean, it's a popular show. It's not like it's nothing. She could be, honestly, she could do movies and stuff. She has done movies.
So was Adie Bryant. She had a show, I think it was on Hulu. We binged it, and it was really good. I like her. I like her as an actress. I do.
Yeah, so they all do their different things.
She'll be in some movies too.
They didn't used to. This is like a new thing. We talked about this a little while ago. David Spade said that not that they weren't allowed to, but it was like they had to fucking work back in the day, and there wasn't really. And if they were doing a movie, it was a movie for Lorne. It wasn't now like Michael Che had another show, A.D. Bryant, like J-Sab said, Kate McKinnon's in 1,000 movies. Like they all have a whole bunch of other projects going on.
Good for them.
I know, but I
Roll
kind
with
of feel like it waters down the brand a little bit. Like if you could see them, like especially like Michael Che was surprising that they let him do it because he basically did a more X-rated cable version of Saturday Night Live on HBO.
Well, they probably figured it's more if you get the more you get these actors and actresses out there, the more advertising it is for SNL. Like if you see them in movies, I could see them doing live stuff on Saturday Night Live. That'd be great.
That's true.
Did you watch Russian Doll, Frank?
I watched the first season and then like a couple episodes into the second. I'm not caught up yet.
It's a good show.
It is good. It's a little. It's obviously repetitive. It's supposed to be repetitive, but it's very. I don't know. It takes a little dragged out.
What
But it's
Netflix,
good. It's
Hulu? What's it on?
Netflix.
Netflix. So I don't know where it's going, but it's pretty good.
Have we talked about The Offer yet on this show?
The
What's
Offer.
the offer?
The Offer is the making of The Godfather on Paramount Plus. We haven't talked about this yet.
Oh, I thought you brought it up. Yeah, we brought it up.
I'm so fucking obsessed with this show. It's not even funny.
Oh, maybe.
Is it out yet?
It's out.
It's
And
good?
they scumbagged me. We got hooked in. We were like, oh, let's do this. We'll pay for the month or whatever, and we'll watch this thing. It's 10 episodes. Great. We fucking roll through 3 episodes. And then suddenly we had that horrific moment. We need to coin a phrase for this. We had that horrific moment where the 4th episode little thingy on the bottom's not popping up.
Oh,
you're
God.
like, oh, what's happening? Then you're like, wait a second, why is it stopping? And then you go and look, and it's like, they gave you 3 episodes, and then the 4th episode comes out next week. And now you realize, holy shit, I'm in this once a week thing again, like a fucking
Great.
animal back in 2006.
That's how they get around the 30-day trial thing.
100%. And
You
now
can't
I'm
watch
locked
your
in.
show. Yeah.
And am I going to cancel after the 2nd month? No.
No.
I'm going to fucking forget about it.
Yep.
Yep.
And these pricks are charging me $4.99 and giving me ads.
I know. Come on, people.
Yeah. At least give me the $9.99 option so I don't have to fucking watch the ads. If I want to pay the extra $5 to, axe the ads there. Because the ads come at the worst time. But anyway, it's fucking
That's what she said.
phenomenal.
That's what she said.
There you go. By the way, Kyle Mooney is leaving, and that's amazing because nobody even knew Kyle Mooney was on the show.
Aw, he's
Kyle
cute.
Mooney?
He's that little skinny thing. Like,
Is he banging A.D. Bryant, or is she with somebody else? I thought they were like a thing.
Oh, really?
I thought I heard that at one point, but I can't find it anywhere.
He always plays like, well, what he looks like, the dorky, corny little guy. Little white guy in the corner.
I know, but if we're gonna criticize fucking Pete Davidson, I mean that guy is in less shit than fucking Pete Davidson.
I can't. It's so stupid. I'm on Netflix. I'm going around trying to flip around, trying to find something, and I see his picture on. I don't even know what movie it is, but he's
King of
the
Staten
face.
Island.
No, not that. No, it's a movie I've never heard of. I don't think most people have heard of it, and he's on the cover of the movie, and I go over it. And I'm like, all right, let's see what kind of thing he's doing in it. It has like nothing to do with him. He probably has like 5 minutes of screen time in the movie, but he's the cover of it. And the movie, I went to the trailer. He's not even in the trailer. And I'm like, what the fuck is this? Why is Pete Davidson on this cover? Because he's the popular one, and they have him for 5 minutes. And it's like they're gonna make me watch this movie, and I'm like, all right, this is classic Pete Davidson. He's the cover of something, but he's in it for 2 seconds, and he adds nothing to it.
You're so angry towards Pete Davidson.
I'm angry at life.
Hates...
No, I'm fine.
Oh God.
Dick Van Dyke.
What?
Dick Van Dyke, who is 96 years old, Janine, and looks like a homeless person.
Dick Van Dyke's the man.
They snapped pictures of him
like 8%.
making a rare public appearance with his wife, going to the gym.
Yeah. Well, what are we doing with our lives? Let me see him.
He is an active fella. He's awesome.
I put it in the chat.
You
I can't
think
put the picture
he still bangs? Definitely.
Absolutely.
Yeah, he's got it.
He's so full of life. Like he is like more
He's a-
energy than most of the people our age.
Not only is he still banging, he's fucking licking ass. I bet you that guy
Oh yeah.
doesn't.
He's
Doesn't
doing the old chim chimney chim chim chiroo.
word up.
He still gives analingus, definitely.
Analingus. Yeah. He looked like a fucking homeless guy. 96 going to the gym. I have a gym 3 minutes that way. I haven't been there in 2.5 years because I'm tired. This motherfucker's 96.
96. That's unbelievable. And he's dancing and he puts out like all these posts like TikToks and Instagram stuff.
Yeah, but I don't think he's been doing that lately, though. I don't know. Has he?
I don't know. I haven't seen anything lately, but I remember him doing it
Whoops.
over the past couple of, over COVID, he did a lot of stuff like that.
It was crazy because I saw this like earlier in the day and I'm like, oh, who cares about this? And then like I went back and I checked and it was fucking trending everywhere. Like newspaper articles, Twitter, it was fucking everywhere. People just like love seeing this guy. Like, I think he's the new Betty White is what it is.
Yeah, he's the man. And he's so likable. He's such a nice guy.
Yeah.
I never see anything negative about him.
This is like a weird thing. I don't know. Apple, like, they've been developing a car for a while. Everybody knows that. And then they put like they put a patent together, and then some like article, some VRScout.com, they wrote this whole thing the other day. They were correcting some of the information after they got called out, but they were like, oh, you're writing an article about a fucking patent that's like 8 years old. But anyway, I found this to be interesting regardless, because Apple put a patent together for a self-driving vehicle that also like doubles as like a virtual reality car.
I feel like get the self-driving thing 100% foolproof first.
Yeah.
Then a couple of years from now, we'll worry about making it a virtual reality car. Let's nail down the technology for self-driving. I feel like why don't we just put a periscope on the thing and some wings? Let's get it flying too. What the hell?
So here's what they would do. The in-car VR entertainment system would utilize the motion of the vehicle to further immerse passengers in their headset experiences. The VR content would be synchronized with the movement and acceleration of the autonomous vehicle as it travels to the desired destination, offering a unique location-based experience that changes based on your commute.
It sounds fun, but I think we're trying to do too many things while we're driving. Am I just an old person?
It's weird because like you're driving somewhere, but what sort of VR would be involved in this? You driving somewhere else?
Yeah, you're on the moon driving.
Yeah, like,
it's like okay,
it just feels weird.
You could be like on horseback, and the thing it moves with you. I don't know.
But think about this though. I'm getting because Apple hasn't really been wrong with much, and they've been doing this kind of. They've been developing next world shit for us for a really long time. I mean, we could be headed for a world where you just like hop into a pod that looks nothing at all like a car that we're used to. I mean, like some of those prototypes, you ever seen them? Like you go in and there's like a table in the middle and there's like 4 chairs facing each other. And the fucking thing just goes. And
yeah, it's
like,
called the Long Island Railroad. What are we talking about here?
I mean, I guess so. But with a car, it's like totally different.
I guess my problem is that, okay, you got those cars out there, but there are still, going to be regular cars being driven by regular people out there that you got to watch out for. So I would never be comfortable. I don't know if I would be comfortable taking my eyes off the road and letting the thing go by itself. Knowing that other people are driving around and can smash into you any second.
I am so excited and cannot wait for this to happen.
Do you want the only way I'd be comfortable with self-driving technology is if everybody got it at the same time.
Well, that's where I think we're heading towards. And I think that's the exciting thing, because the problem with driving now is you have a mind for every car. So on a random road, you can have thousands of different minds making decision in one vein.
Yeah, but all of those decisions, for the most part, are of the I want to stay alive and not get into an accident decision.
Right. But when you think about it, if you took the decision-making process out of everybody's hands and put it in one central place that could manage all of those things, I think you would never have another accident ever
Yeah,
again.
maybe. No, I'm for it. I self-drive me everywhere. But my problem is that there are still going to be people still drive cars from that were around in the 70s and 80s. It's
Yeah,
like
we have to kill these people. We have to get rid of these people.
you're going to have all these self-driving things running around, and then you're going to have regular people in regular cars, and they're not going to give a crap. They're still, you're going to have your eyes in virtual reality, and you're going to get T-boned. And
Why no
not
T-bone?
not T-bone. That's probably not the fault of the auto driving car. It's probably the fault of whoever else, but it's still, I don't know if I'd feel comfortable not having control.
I don't even think we're gonna get to I think we're gonna get to a place where that doesn't even exist anymore. Like you couldn't even what was that
Couldn't
fucking
buy a
Demolition
regular
Man?
car.
Like you couldn't buy a regular car anymore.
Maybe, but they'd have to fade out first. You have to get the other ones to fade, the regular cars to fade out. I gotta change my battery real quick.
Okay. Think about this. Let me put this out there to everybody. Think about this. How many times are you late just because of I think about a world where traffic doesn't even exist anymore. I mean, I don't know if we could flat out eliminate traffic altogether, but think about the amount of traffic that's caused by car accidents, A, which you wouldn't have, and B, just people just driving fucking slow and being idiots and assholes on the road. Those people that are doing fucking 30 miles an hour in the left-hand lane.
Yeah, I
You
agree
would
with that.
eliminate that.
Here's the other problem, though. Is this self-driving technology going to keep you at exactly the speed limit?
I don't think a speed limit would matter anymore. I think you could literally put cars on the road and send them at 120 miles an hour because you would know exactly what you're doing with all the other vehicles.
I guess.
It wouldn't matter. You wouldn't have to worry about that. You would get everywhere so much faster because there wouldn't be independent control anymore. Everything would just be done by the computer.
Sure, I guess so. I mean, I feel like there's always got to be an emergency, like a fail-safe. If I have to jump in and control it for some kind of emergency or something.
Remember when we used to feel that way about fucking the buttons on the phone? You're like, what do you mean there's not going to be a button? What if I need to fucking hit a button to get the phone started? Now we got no buttons on our phones no more.
I don't think I ever had that thought. I have a button. I have buttons on the sides of my
On the
phone.
bottom?
On the bottom? No, on the sides.
Well, yeah, they're going to get rid of those fucking too soon.
Great.
And they're next to go. Sad news here, Frankie C. Taylor Hawkins' final days in the Foo Fighters. Rolling Stone magazine came out with this article. It's very sad. It's very disputable as well because basically the point of the article was, again, Rolling Stone interviewed a friend or numerous friends, some who asked to be anonymous, and spoke to Rolling Stone on the condition of anonymity, blah, 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 so on and so forth, and basically said that Taylor Hawkins, to them, was saying that he was burnt out. He didn't want to tour anymore. He couldn't take it. He said that he had a sit down with Dave Grohl, and they talked about him not doing as much, or perhaps, stepping aside so somebody else can take over their grueling tour schedule. They also talked about Dave coming with a concession of that they wouldn't be doing as much as they have in the past anymore, so you wouldn't have to worry about stepping aside or replacing him. Dave Grohl, the Foo Fighters themselves, the band's management, they all deny all of this story, all of it from happening. And it kind of leaves you in that, like, who's full of shit here? Are the friends lying? Is Rolling Stone just fucking making this shit up? Or is Dave Grohl and the Foo Fighters lying about the fact that maybe there was a couple of cries for help, or some like, hey, I can't do this shit anymore, and they just fucking plowed on and he slipped up and got back into drugs.
I remember when this all happened, when he passed away, we were talking about it, and we were like, well, where was everybody? Not that they have to be around him 24/7, but did they not know he was doing stuff? Like, where, don't they,
Yeah.
band members, friends, they kind of look out for each other, keep an eye on each other. if there's a hint that something's up, what's the where were they basically? Not
Where
that
were
they're responsible again, but you just want to know what the story was.
Yeah, and it makes a lot of sense too, though, because again, it's not like I don't want to believe Dave Grohl, but that motherfucker is motivated and he just goes.
Yeah.
And they've nixed other band members in the past for them kind of not being on the same page, whether it was the old drummer for not getting it right on the recordings, whether it was Pat Smear who originally left because he was like, I can't, I'm an older man now and I don't want to fucking do this tour schedule. Granted, he came back. He does tour with them now again. I don't know what changed there, but they do fucking tour a lot. And they just did a movie and they were going back on they were one of the first bands to get back at it after the pandemic. If you remember, they did that Madison Square Garden show. They did a show in LA. These were the first big concerts in these cities, and then they just went out on a full-fledged tour again. So, I wonder what happened. Look, it could just be Taylor Hawkins was a drug addict and he slipped up and he fucked up and he killed himself.
Yeah.
But it could be you would have to, and I'll forever be curious about this because of the mental health of Dave Grohl and where he's at. You have to wonder, is he thinking, did I fucking help kill this guy? Did I fucking?
I'm sure they probably, when someone around you examine your own interactions with them, and could I have done something? It's hard to. I'm sure if they knew something was going on, they seem like kind of dudes that would have stepped in. Maybe he was hiding it very well. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Why no mention of the new pandemic, monkeypox? We did it last episode. It became a huge story.
Yep.
As always, we're ahead of the curve, Frank.
Damn
sometimes
right.
3 weeks late. Bush gaffe. How about this? Fucking guy.
Oof.
You want to tell it?
You can tell it. Do we have the audio or the video?
Oh, you know what? Should we play the audio? We should play the audio.
Yeah, why not?
That would make a lot of fucking sense, wouldn't it? Let me rig that up.
This was something.
But basically, he was given a speech and he was talking about
Putin invading Ukraine.
Yeah. And instead of saying Ukraine, he said Iraq.
Yeah, and he's like, "Oh, the unjustified invasion of Ukraine."
Yeah,
and then he goes, "Iraq too."
And then did he do that?
Yeah, right. Yeah, but I don't know if he's talking about Russia. I don't think Russia invaded Iraq, but he went Iraq too, and he went, "I'm 75." Yeah.
I heard that part. I didn't see the other one. All right,
yeah, very, very low. He says it.
Russian elections are rigged. Political opponents are imprisoned or otherwise eliminated from participating in the electoral process. The result is an absence of checks and balances in Russia and the decision of one man to launch a wholly unjustified and brutal invasion of of Ukraine. Iraq. Anyway.
Iraq too. Anyway.
75. Here's the.
And he did his little Bush. Again, I don't fucking get how this guy is. They let this guy off the hook. I just don't.
I don't get it either. I don't know. I don't know. It's mind-boggling.
And I don't know how he finds this funny. The fucking people died. Like people our age died.
It was an invasion.
Yeah, we had classmates go off to this fucking war.
Yeah, and he just it was an unjustified invasion, and it was fucked up. Why am all my batteries dying? I don't know why I can't find good batteries. Anyway,
you sound like J-Sabs now before the show tonight.
Hi-yo.
Yeah.
I feel like I keep putting in the same dead batteries.
That's probably what it is. You should throw away the dead batteries. That's probably where your problem lies.
I feel like they'll charge if I leave them, in the sunlight or if I pour bleach on them.
If you rub them in tinfoil and then pat your head, it'll recharge.
I haven't tried that.
Yeah. It takes 6 hours, but you'll get a good charge out of it.
That's fine. I have time.
What was it? I just found something on fucking TikTok that I was like, I cannot believe this is a thing. I'm learning all sorts of things on TikTok that I didn't know, it was supposed to be. Oh, you know what's popular on TikTok now? You take a salt and pepper shaker. You seen this trick?
No.
You know the little. You had to get a salt and pepper shaker at the restaurant. It's got those little ridges on the bottom.
Okay.
If you turn it over and you take the other one and you rub it against, it will all come out. That little vibration will make it all seamlessly come out, so you don't have to fucking shake it like an asshole.
Yeah, because real nuisance. This is really. I don't know why we put up with this anymore.
No, but those little ridges have been on the bottom of that fucking thing forever. And have you ever seen anybody really do that? I'm like, no.
No, because it's stupid. Why would I do that? You look like an idiot rubbing. Look at it. Here's what I do right here. I'm gonna rub one on the other. Just shake it and move on.
That wasn't it though. It's gonna drive me crazy on what it was that I just saw recently. That I was like, holy shit! I didn't know what that was fucking for.
I don't know, man.
We found a new sync thingy that I sent to you from TikTok, and you rejected it. You were like, "Fuck that."
Fuck that thing. The sync thingy I got is going strong.
You still got it?
It's the original. Yep. I'm looking right at it.
What have you had for more consecutive days? The sync thingy on your sink or the wedding ring on your wife's finger? What's been around for longer? What's got more of an Iron Man streak going?
That's a good question. The ring by a smidge. But that's going by the first half of our marriage.
Can Ant do the Lizzo dance?
What's the Lizzo dance?
You know, so you got to get it on TikTok, man.
Yeah.
Got to get on TikTok.
Can you do the Lizzo dance?
It's about damn time. In a minute. That fucking. Have you heard any of this?
No.
You don't know what's going on in the world. It's amazing.
I guess not. That's why I watch this show.
I don't know if I could do the Lizzo dance. I can't dance, and that seems like a particularly very hippie, you need rhythm movie one.
So can you do the Humpty dance?
Do the Humpty Hump?
Yeah. That's classic.
Janine will probably do the dance. If you guys want to see Janine do it, we could ask her to do it.
Members only.
Does anybody want to see me do this dance? Because it'd be fucking hilarious to watch the asshole do the dance.
Yeah. I don't even know what it is, but I'm sure it will be.
Oh, it's gonna drive me crazy, Frank. I can't think of what that fucking thing was.
I don't know, man. I don't know what to tell you. Because you had me with the salt and pepper shaker.
Well, that's a good one.
It's not a good one.
It's all right.
It doesn't help anything. It doesn't do anything. How much salt and pepper do you want to come out at one shot? This gives you a little control over how much comes out. You start doing this and it all starts pouring out.
Yeah, but something you ever been in a restaurant and the salt just really won't come out?
No. It comes out.
Or it comes out like poor, like this shit flows out. Like it just.
Why do you want it to flow out? You don't want that much salt on whatever you're doing. That seems like way too much salt.
Yeah.
It starts flowing out of the shaker. You want a little sprinkling of salt.
I had a fucking meal last night, boy. Let me tell you.
Good.
Ate good, man. Yeah. What else do we have right now besides like great dinners?
Dinners are wonderful. They're a good thing to look forward to in the day. My wife and I would just look at each other. What are we doing for dinner? Like, I don't know. What do you want to do? Get all excited. I don't know, man.
It's true. And you know you're gonna wind up just fucking eating pizza or some bullshit, but it is like an exciting thing every day.
Pizza's great. What's the problem?
Like, what's around the corner? What's in store for us this evening?
Yeah. What are we gonna shove in our faces? It's gonna be great.
Same fucking 6 restaurants and supermarket food, and you're just like, well, I wonder what could happen tonight.
It could be anything. You know, who knows what tonight will bring.
Yeah. Well, think about it. When a new restaurant opens up in your neighborhood, that is the pinnacle of excitement. You're like, well,
that is nice.
Did you fucking hear? They're opening up a new place. Remember the place that's closed?
Did you call? Is it open yet? Oh, can we go now?
No, but I passed. I saw a sign out in front. New place coming.
Well, when it opens, you make us a reservation.
We got to get in there. Fucking new place.
I'm in.
Yeah. And then you go. And then you go and you're like, this is fucking great. This is exciting. And then you
Always
go
down
again.
for a new place. Totally.
And then you go, you know what? This might be our new place. Like, this might be the place that we...
And then it goes out of business, and you're like, what the hell did we...
Well, then you know what happens. Like, the third time or the fourth time, you're like, maybe we should try something new. I don't know. And then the fifth time, you're like, this isn't what it used to be.
Yeah, this is all right, I guess.
This is kind of okay.
You know what I was so excited for? Then it started going downhill, and then it completely disappeared.
That was Crab Shack?
Yeah. Good catch. Holy crap. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Joe's
Yeah.
Crab Shack was great. When you get that pot of crabs and sausage and corn and potatoes coming at you. And then towards the end of their lifespan, uh, it started diminishing. The amount of crab and everything that they gave you was, and you're like,
Yeah.
oh, all right, I wasn't even full at the end of the meal. And then they were gone. But I did get a lot of glasses out of them.
Well, that's what happens. People stole all the crab crackers,
Stole crab crackers?
the nutcracker things that you break the crabs up with,
Oh, you're supposed to. They say take me on them.
and then they stole the glasses too. So all fucking
The glasses you get for free when you order the drink. They give you the glass.
There's a hold on, breaking news here, Frank. Heidi confirms we are funny.
Oh, thank God.
Thanks for that, Heidi. Appreciate
Appreciate it. Heidi. Name so nice.
Yeah, I like that she's like New York. Heidi is like New York.
Appreciate it.
Name so nice. She used it twice. Good for you, Heidi. There's a whole TikTok channel based on chain restaurants and what happened to them.
Really?
Like fucking Bennigan's and
Roy Rogers.
Roy Rogers.
Roy Rogers had great fries.
How about Ponderosa Steakhouse? Remember when Ponderosa Steakhouse was like fucking everywhere?
Yeah, Ground Round.
Ground Round. Remember the Ground Round? The Ground Round was great. They used to give you fucking popcorn while you were waiting.
Good stuff.
That was smart as shit. Here's some salty ass popcorn. Oh, $6 for a fucking soda now. Thanks.
Yep.
But you used to fucking go there and you used to pay. Remember they used to weigh the kids and you'd pay. You don't remember this?
No.
You used to go to Ground Round and they used to weigh the kids and you'd pay whatever the kid weighed. So if most kids weigh like 80 pounds, so you'd pay like 80 cents. Now my parents had to still pay like $2.50. So it didn't work for them so much.
That's still a good deal.
Still, yeah, it was a lot of people got a lot out of it.
That's fun.
Yeah, and it goes like this channel goes over through all the downfalls like Sizzler. They were saying that Sizzler's downfall. Sizzler was the first like
Sizzler,
chain
man.
steakhouse.
I went to a Sizzler that was closing. I guess it was on its way out. But I had to be maybe 10 years ago. And I was in an office working. And they all decided, oh, let's go out. We'll go out for lunch. Okay. Where are we going? Sizzler. I was like, all right, I'd never been to a Sizzler but at that point. We went to the Sizzler, and I got to tell you, it was like they took all the leftovers out of some poor single guy's fridge and put it in the buffet. And I was like, what am I looking at here? Like they had barbecue chicken. It was it was like this big a piece, and it was just like a piece of chicken, and it was like the plainest, saddest looking piece of chicken you've ever seen. And it was just, everything was gross. And I was like, this is the last time I'm ever coming here. And a friend of ours, a good friend of ours that we both worked with and know.
The food
was
father?
like, oh, this is the best, basically.
He's the godfather of food. Food
Yeah.
father.
Yeah. He was like, oh, I love Sizzler. I'm like, I don't know. If this is what all the Sizzlers are like, it's not good.
The thing that killed Sizzler was they had steak. And you would go and you'd order the steak, and there was no waiter or waitress. That was the big move because they would save money on paying people. You would order it, go back, sit at your table, and eat your fucking steak. That's how they were able to give you a decent sized steak for the price of what the steak was. They weren't paying somebody money to bring it to you. Then they decided to add a fucking salad bar, and the salad bar like doubled their fucking revenue. It was like so popular. So then somebody thought, well, let's increase the salad bar and we'll make even more money. That was the thing that killed them. Because then people started showing up and they were like, well, is this a buffet place? So they started, there was so much food at the buffet that there was no reason to order a steak anymore. Now they're not making as much money. So they stopped ordering the better steaks. They get the shitty steaks and then that's it. You're in a fucking free fall.
Yeah. It was a sad end of life story for Sizzler. The one that I went to anyway. It was just the worst leftover, dried, gross things, reheated stuff. I was like, well, I don't know what I'm looking at here, but
that's what happens to these places.
Disgusting.
They just start ordering shittier food, which is probably what happened at Joe's Crab Shack. But I want to know, it's longer than my conspiracy theory, and I think this is even bigger than the milkshakes not working at McDonald's after 7:00. I feel like there is a certain type of food that when they roll out a new menu item, then the first week and a half, it's always big, right? It always is like a better quality of food. And then like after a little amount of time, once everybody's like, oh, this is actually good, or you got to try this, or it's like a huge piece of chicken, then they start with all like the shitty, stuff. And the wave has already begun and people are already going and getting it. And now they're just buying this shitty version of it.
Yeah, but you do that, people are just going to stop coming. You can't, you can't get away with that for very long.
I think McDonald's has.
Yeah, but it's still.
They do that shit all the time. You go on the first week of a new item and it's good. You go on the second week and it is distinctively different.
Hey, we might have a new career on our hands. Jack me off. I'd go eat at Aunt and Frank's Steakhouse. First of all, it would be Frank and Aunt's Steakhouse.
I think it should be, because too many people would be like, Aunt Frank has a steakhouse? That doesn't make any sense.
Frank and Aunt's. Call it the F&A Steakhouse.
Although maybe we do Aunt Frank's Steakhouse, and then you got to eat it quietly up in the attic.
It's too soon.
Is it?
That's not good. Yeah.
Like, the food is great, but I don't know why we have to be eating silence up in this small attic. It doesn't make...
Yikes.
You think Outback is still good?
Send your hate letters that way. Yes, I like Outback. And they always have like weird, crazy drinks, the specials and stuff. And the food is decent. They keep it, it's they give you nice big portions. And they're good. I like Outback.
I think the only decent part about Outback is they keep those fucking salads ice cold. That's it.
Salads are ice cold. The bread is delicious. That
pumpernickel bread.
Pumpernickel, that's all soft with the easily spreadable butter. That's good stuff.
Now, see, I like the billing here. If we're gonna open up a Glory Hole store, then you can get top billing because you're the one who knows more about Glory Holes.
Well, either way, we're both on that sign.
Is there what if we did a national franchised Glory Hole place? Is that a thing? Well, let me ask you a question. Where prostitution is legal in Nevada, can you open up a Glory Hole store?
I think you could have Glory Holes anywhere. It's not, as long as you're not paying for someone to be on the other side of that Glory Hole.
Well, true, but I'm saying like how you go to the brothel and they line up and you pick one out.
Right.
I wonder if you could do that with fucking Glory Hole. Oh, we're losing your thing there. You do have a dead battery. Don't worry about it. Let's just end the show. All right, go ahead. All right, again, do your thing. But I wonder, like, that might be a business. Instead of having a full-on brothel where you go pick out the girl, now you just go and you pick a hole, and they just go, oh, yeah, there's a hot girl on the other. So you don't have to worry about hiring hot girls then anymore. You just put anybody back.
Put anybody. It don't matter.
Doesn't make a difference. What fucking difference does it make?
It doesn't make any difference. I think I solved my battery problem just in time to end the show.
Great. No, I don't want to talk to you anymore.
That's fine.
Show ended 40 minutes ago, by the way.
Yeah, what the hell are we doing?
I don't know.
I'm having fun.
Jack me off F&A Steakhouse. Interestingly enough, that was almost the radio show that Frank and I sold to a radio station.
Yep, we were F&A.
Mm-hmm.
And that was our hook.
That was the
couldn't
big...
afford us.
Let me tell you something. I think it's better off because we wound up here. Long term, it's going to be better.
Mm-hmm.
But that was such a fucking missed opportunity for them. It really
was. What they ended up with, not even close to what we
just a steaming pile of shit that continued to get worse and just evolve into nothingness.
Yeah.
I mean, who the fuck even cares anymore about that shit,
I hear you.
All right, here we go. Ossiani, last word, $7.99 super chat. Bless your heart. What's on the coat rack?
All right, this is an interesting one. Might remember a couple weeks ago on the show, my wife and I went to, what was it?
Sizzler.
Not Sizzler.
Outback.
What's that store in the mall that has all the weird stuff?
Spencer Gifts.
Spencer Gifts or the other, yeah. There's another place too. I forget. They're like right across from each other. So my wife bought a $20 mystery bag.
Okay, let me ask you a question.
What?
Do you buy your shopping habits are pure shit?
Thanks.
Spencer Gifts, the fucking sink thingy.
Me. I like T-shirts. So we went in there. I got a T-shirt
at Spencer Gifts.
Yeah, I like to. They have weird, crazy T-shirts. They have like Metallica T-shirts. They have Simpsons T-shirts. They have all kinds of stuff like that.
Frank's buying habits have not changed since he was 16.
Since yeah,
He's had this.
that's true.
fucking-
I think I had this shirt. You know how I got this shirt? I think I signed up for a credit card or something. I don't even know.
Turn around. Does it say MasterCard on the back?
I think it says no. Actually, it's a FiOS giveaway. I don't know where I got it, but FiOS fucking gave it away.
You know, I swear to God, I almost said to you before the show started, "Where did you buy that shirt?" Because
I definitely didn't buy it.
I keep having these dreams, and in the dreams, we're talking about, podcast merchandise shirts, and and it has exactly that. Maybe you wore that before, and it just stuck in my mind.
I have a similar to another shirt that looks like this.
Like that silhouette of the city.
It's similar to that.
Yeah, I kind of want to just make that shirt, and I don't even want to sell it. I just want to wear it myself. We don't just make it just so I could buy it myself and fucking put it in. I just think like a black and white shirt, black shirt with just a white silhouette of the fucking skyline of New York. I think that's a fucking cool look.
Want me to whip one up?
Yeah, well, you were supposed to. You know what you were supposed to do. You never did. I thought about that the other night too. You were supposed to do another Frank exclusive shirt. Remember? You forgot what it was.
I'll do it. I wouldn't have. I must have forgotten because I don't remember that at all.
We talked about it.
Yes, Robin.
You were gonna draw it.
But
I don't want to say what it is.
All right, we'll talk after the show. But I'll make it. I don't remember this though.
You were gonna draw it, and I was like, it's gonna look really cool. Your drawing of this thing on a shirt.
I don't remember what it was, but I'll do it.
Maybe if you didn't spend so much time wondering, oh, what am I going to get from fucking Hot Topic in the mall?
Listen, we get some interesting stuff. So getting back to the original question was what was hanging on the coat rack?
Yes.
So a couple of weeks ago, my wife, we were at Hot Topic or Spencer's, one of them, I don't remember which. And at the front counter, while we were checking out, there were these $20 mystery bags. It has just a few items from the store. You don't know what's in the bag. You buy it $20, and it's like 5 or 6 things in the bag.
I swear, I saw that once, and I thought, what idiot would buy this?
You calling my wife an idiot?
And here we are.
Did
she buy it, or did you buy it?
My wife bought it.
And did she buy it because she's like, my idiot husband will love this?
No, we saw it together, and she's like, should we buy it? And I was like, yeah, what the hell? We wanted to support the store, and we were like, $20, what the hell?
Spencer Gifts, you want to support Spencer Gifts?
Yeah, because it's a mall. I don't know. It's like, you don't want to keep the little guys open. Spencer Gifts, I don't want them to fade away.
Who's the little guy? I got news for you. Spencer's a fucking corporation, just so you know.
I get it, but you only see them in malls, and it's like,
you just don't want to move on from being a 16-year-old. You want to keep pumping money into Spencer's.
So anyway, do you want me to tell you what was on the stupid thing?
Yeah,
or what?
Go ahead. Okay. I'm sorry. I'm just saying some people support charities, and
I support charities too.
Support the smutty T-shirt mall shop. Go ahead.
All right. Well, next time you call my wife an idiot, I will not be happy.
All right.
All right. So this was in the bag. My wife absolutely hates it, but it was in the bag. It's elf ears.
My wife hates it. That's how I know she did it for you and not herself. Elf ears?
Yeah, they have like these weird tripped out stuff, like crazy jewelry and like cosplay stuff. So this
are those like glow in the dark elf ears?
I'm not really sure. I don't know. They don't really nickel free though. That's all it says on it.
It says nickel free.
Nickel free.
Oh my god, who is wearing elf ears going, I hope there's no nickel in here.
I was worried. I told them, you make sure these are nickel free, but we're not buying them.
What is that shit? Nickel free.
But
somewhere there's a boardroom in this country where they're going, yeah, you wouldn't believe it. We put nickel free on there. We doubled sales in the first quarter. It's unbelievable.
You never know. People worried about that nickel in the elf ears.
Yeah. What do you do for a living, Bob? I make the shit they put in the mystery bags. That's how fucking good my products are.
She got a necklace that was in there she likes. There was a couple other things, maybe I don't even remember what it was, maybe a makeup thing. But she liked the other stuff, and she said this, not for her. So she's like, just hanging on the thing. All right.
So what are you gonna do with it now? It goes on the coat rack, and now what?
Goes in the coat rack. Yeah, maybe we'll give it away. Should we give it away?
I think we should give away the nickel free. You know what? Now that I know it's nickel free, I feel safe enough to share it with our friends.
We can. I'll sign it too if anybody wants it autographed.
No, don't ruin it. People might want to actually use it.
Oh, then I won't sign it. Fine. But yeah, so that's what that is.
Hold on. Bird's going to be our CFO. Nickel free glory holes. That's it.
Nice. Perfect.
Yeah.
That doubles our clientele right there. Anybody allergic to nickel? You don't have to worry.
Come down to Frank and Ann's glory holes now with 50% less nickel in the fucking.
Plus, well, act now and you get free elf ears.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
You get glory holed by an elf. What's better than that?
That's nice. That's the holiday spirit right there.
Right?
Yeah.
So that's what that was.
Now, is this part of your sex play? Because that's what Paul is accusing you of, and I'm on his side.
This is a closed packet of elf ears. We have not used these. They're new.
Right.
So, no. Not yet, anyway.
Where is that made? Is it? It looks like there's nothing on the back either.
There is
literally
nothing on the back.
No
it says
other writing.
recyclable. There's a price tag. It says made in China.
What was the price tag?
How much are these things? It's worth. It says $12.90 is the price.
Get the fuck out of here! Who's paying $12.90 for elf ears?
I don't know.
And you bought it in a package of $20.
It was $20 packet, and it had like 4 or 5 other things in it.
Jesus.
It was the mystery bag. What do you want me to tell you?
I don't know what's better. We give that away, or you do an entire show wearing the elf ears.
I wouldn't be able to hear you
That's true.
unless I get buds.
I wish there was a way. Okay, this is the video I envision. Not that I want to see you and your wife in naked state. I wish there was a way you could film your wife. Well,
I don't like where this is going.
Like before you're about to get it on, and you walk in the room ass naked, only wearing elf ears. I would love to see her reaction in that moment. I think that'd be a fucking
Members
killer.
only.
That'd be a killer video. We might have to get that going. Might have to make that magic happen, Frank. To see.
It might have to, but I don't know. Who wants the ears? Maybe we'll give it to members. I don't know.
Well, we'll figure it out. That's it for us. Can you hear the music? I don't know who can hear what.
It's pretty
now.
loud.
I'm
Yeah,
on the backup system.
go.
Is that really loud? Okay.
It used to be. Now it's really low. That's just right.
Just right.
I think so.
Is that soothing to your elf ears?
I'll ask them.
All right, don't forget to become a member because that's where we put all the freaky videos that should be on OnlyFans. We put them over there in the old members only area. So
Yes, become a member.
join up now. Link in the description below. 3 levels. Cheapest is $2.99. You get a little bit more for the $6.99 level, and you basically get to wear elf ears and fuck Frank for $20.99. So good for you.
That's in my contract. I don't know. I'll have to take a look at that.
And it's in the bottom. You never read it all the way, so that's
Damn
put
it.
there. Join now. Link in the description below. Link on the homepage of anthony.com. That's where you can find all the other podcast episodes. You can listen on Apple Podcasts, Spotify. You can watch everywhere else. Catch you guys next time.
Show me potato salad.
Maybe we should go now.
Go ahead.